Nobody indeed. What is good? Welcome into Driving the Line. My name is Alan Bell. Got a fantastic show lined up for you today. Big Brad, what's up, bro?
How you doing, AB? What a game last night, huh?
Which one? Baseball or football, man? Which one are you watching?
I was watching football last night.
Uh-huh. Yeah, man. Big win for the Chiefs taking down the Lions. And yeah, that was a fascinating game, man. Chiefs, they're playing ball. They're playing ball, dude. That's about all you can say, man. Them boys are just doing it.
After that first touchdown called back, the whole game changed.
Yeah. Yeah, it really did. And then shout out to the Mariners, man. Big win last night over the Blue Jays. That was a big win. 3-1. That was a huge one. Spelldog said, we're back. The Chiefs are back, big bro. Absolutely. Now, jumping into the show here, speaking of yesterday. So we had an interesting day. Now, we were solid on the morning show. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 and 2. Gross. 1 and 4. The afternoon, the night show. We got whooped last night in the night game. It was brutal. Now, we did hit some home runs as well. We actually had 2, George Springer and Cal Raleigh. But yeah, last night, gross. Yesterday, good. I can't believe the Cowboys lost to the Panthers. I mean, we got the over, but yeah, man, it was a it was a fun day in the NFL, and we got a nice one tonight. We have 2 games tonight in Monday Night Football. We also have 2 games in Major League Baseball tonight. Just a phenomenal sports night, like out of nowhere from the parking lot. Like, hey, you want a great Monday? Here you go. How are we looking in the soccer world, Brad? I know we were kind of on a break last week, right?
Yeah, we're still in the international break, so you just got a handful of matches, and a lot of those are either in Africa with the CAF World Cup qualifying or the UEFA European World Cup qualifying. Not a lot of great matches today. I'd stick most of your money in some of those other sports as we start to transition back here in a couple days.
There we go. All right. It's good advice, you know. As Hawk says, we got day hockey as well. There we go. Hockey's back in the swing. I love it, man. Fall is an awesome time for sports. Okay. So let's jump into the show. We'll be live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern to break down the second game tonight, Bears and the Commanders. So we've got the Bills and the Falcons first, and then we have the Bears and the Commanders second. So we'll break down, we'll break down Bears and Commanders tonight as we watch the Bills and the Falcons, and we got baseball tonight as well. So great one. Now, speaking of baseball, Brad, the Howie Schwab Crew Play of the Day. 2 games, 4 options. Where you going? Mariners up 1-0, baby. Hawk, what about that win last night? Mariners up 1-0. You going Mariners? You going Blue Jays? Or game 1 of the NLCS, Dodgers and the Brewers. You going Dodgers money line? You going Brewers money line? Polls in the chat. Vote now. Update as we always do at the end of the show. All right, Brad. Let's like I said, we'll be live tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, to break down Bears and Commanders. JP, morning, boys. Amen, Zach. Amen, brother. I like that hoodie. All right. There we go. Great talk.
My wife bought it, so I couldn't even tell you where it's from.
I'm just kidding. That's been hoodie talk. All right, so all right, big boy. Let's jump into the picks. And I got to say, when you emailed your picks over, I'm just going to tell you. I mean, whatever you put out there, we roll with. But I'm just saying, I'm pulling for Turkey today, okay? Let me just put that out there. Go Turkey. I'm just kidding. But, Brad, break it down, man. What do you got?
Yeah, we got a big disclaimer for that match. It's actually tomorrow. I just did not like enough in today's slate without any prior lineups to come and give you guys a bet that I was uncomfortable with. So we're going to tomorrow's match in the afternoon at 1:45 p.m. Central Time in the World Cup qualifying UEFA. That's the European World Cup qualifying competition. We've got Turkey taking on Georgia. We're looking for the bet split in this match. So we're looking for both teams to score and the over 2.5. It's happened in 3 all three, but three straight matches against one another, including they've all had 4 goals. So they've really pushed the total. They play a nice open brand of football. We have cashed on these two teams playing one another and playing all together in their respective forms, especially with Georgia away from home, 12 of their last 16 hitting over 2.5 goals. But Turkey, 15 of their last 19 have hit over 2.5 goals, and 12 of 19 with both teams to score. You regularly see Turkey score and concede, specifically a conceder team. But lately, their offense has really kicked in under these new young bucks like Arda Güler of Real Madrid. So we're looking for both teams to score on the over 2.5 goal bet split between Turkey and Georgia, with Kavica Kvaratskhelia coming back in for Georgia to help give that boost. Looking for goals tomorrow afternoon. And most importantly, Georgia needs to beat Turkey to try to get them at least get above them in the table. So there's no reason that they're going to sit back or for a tie. They've got to go for it. So one team scores, the other should follow.
All right. So real quick. All right. Nice job, by the way. It's pronounced Turkey.
So technically they have now, just like Czech, so they're no longer really Czech Republic. You'll see Czech Republic on your book, but they're really Czechia, Czechia. And then you also have Turkey, who's kind of reformatted it. They're now Turkey, Turkiye. So sometimes you'll see it on your book that way. Sometimes you'll see it with Key. A lot of USA books still have Key, so that's why I have it here. But you got to know both. They are going by the real correct pronunciation in Turkey.
That's been geopolitical talk.
Yeah.
Nice job. So Turkey has rebranded.
Yeah, you can call it Turkey, but it's really Turkey.
They've kind of gone like millennial with the name.
Same thing with Czech Republic and a lot of these other names. They've shortened them. They don't like these long Bosnia and Herzegovina. It's now just really Bosnia. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm all for efficiency, right? So Turkey I mean, it's going to take a minute to get adjusted, but
Yeah.
I'm in. Addison said, Turkey, That'll be something said in Canada multiple times today. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone in Canada. Well played, Addison. That's a good one. Oh, that's a good one. All right. Yeah, I tried to slide a Georgia joke in there, and it was terrible. So I apologize on that. I've ruined everyone's Monday with an awful Georgia joke. Nice job, Brad. All right. Yeah, Randall. Look, Randall said they went Canadian with it, eh? Randall, we need the Mims house to be Canadian for like a week. Knox, give me that iPad, eh? Oh my God, I love it. Canadian Randall would be hilarious. All right. Mariners, he sells timber up there in the Pacific Northwest. All right. Mariners, Blue Jays over 7.5. I want the overs today. I want the over in Mariners and Blue Jays. We got blood drawn in game one. That's what you get, right? Tournament baseball, tournament soccer, tournament anything. All right. Blood drawn in game one. Well, now it's time to go. Because you know what you don't want to do if you're the Blue Jays, Brad? You don't want to lose 2 at home. All right? That's what you don't want to do. Because, yeah, in Seattle, they're kind of known for being loud. It's not an easy place to play. Pick your sport. Yeah, I'm going to take the over 7.5 today. We've got some interesting pitching matchups in both games of what we know so far. I also want the Dodgers and the Brewers. I think this is just going to be mash fest on both sides. I can't wait. Game one, Dodgers coming off that win over the Phillies. Brewers coming off the win over the Cubs. Brewers at home. Yeah, game one. This is going to be something. I can't wait. All right, now. So again, we'll be breaking down the Bears at Commanders. So the Bills at the Falcons, and we'll talk more about that game here in a second. But I want to take the favorites in football. The Bills are in a get-right spot where they need to get right. And they're going up against Atlanta, who's having their own existential crisis right now. I don't know if Atlanta knows who they are, but I think Buffalo knows who they are. And I think Buffalo's coming in a little pissed off. You know what I mean? I think that's what you're going to get with old Joshy Poo tonight. So I'm going to roll the Bills on the money line, and I'm going to take the Commanders on the money line. Now, game 2, different breakdown than game 1. The Bears are legit. The Commanders are legit. This is going to be a hell of a football game. But I'm going to roll with the Commanders, playing at home. Jaden Daniels, like, I love everything about both teams. But if you just ask me right now, who's a better team, I would say the Commanders. Not saying it's by some super amount, but especially at home, this is a game that playoff teams lock down. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just a game that good teams win. So I'm going to roll the dice there. So I'm going to take the Bills on the money line, take the Commanders on the money line. I'm also going to take Michael Penix Jr., quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons, to throw a pick, -120. Again, I think the Atlanta Falcons are absolutely in an existential crisis. I think they're reading Descartes. I think they're in philosophy classes. Like, they don't know who they are. You know, like, you ever wake up in a fog and you're like, dude, everything that I've been doing is wrong. And then they say, well, if every decision that you've made is wrong, then the opposite would have to be right. So I think that the Falcons are sitting here like their heads are in a tornado of misinformation. Like, I'm fascinated to see what the Atlanta Falcons do, because you're going to get an angry Buffalo Bills team. But Buffalo's on the road. So we'll talk more about that. But I'm going to take Penix to throw a pick at -120. Let's see what we got in the chat. TJ, thing is, AB is Canadian and BC travel to Seattle, take over that field as our home field. Be close. I didn't even think about that. You're right. See, this is why we were talking about the territory system. This is exactly why. It's the little, like, things that you don't think about unless you're, like, involved. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a good point. Matty boy said Commanders all day. All right, so those are the picks. Let's jump into the show here. Bradley, okay. We hit 2 out of 5 home runs in one game yesterday. Cal Raleigh hit a home run. George Springer hit it. I forgot to put it on the recap screen, but yeah, we hit 2 in one game. Tonight, we have 2 games, but I've got bad news. Kyle Schwarber's playing just like we are. He's not involved anymore. So let's jump into the home runs for today. All right, Bradley, you lovely son of a gun. All right, where are you going? Shohei Ohtani, +265. Cal Raleigh, +280. Vlad Guerrero, +335. Teoscar Hernandez, +425. Bryce Terang, Bradley, Betts Jacob Jr. All right, you know the song John Jacob Jingle? Have you ever heard the Spanish one?
No.
Juan Paco Pedro de la Mar. Oh. Anyways, all right, so I don't know where that came from, but anyways, we got 5 people to hit a home run in 2 games, okay? Where are you going?
Give me a Cal Dong. He's hot. He's firing. He wants it. I think this guy is the most motivated on this, has the most to prove, I think, in his own head. He's leading the troops. It's got to come from Cal Raleigh, +280.
Yeah. Cal Raleigh's a good choice. He hit one last night, and the dude's absolutely smoking the baseball. Matty Boy said AB is singing in tongues now. Oh, Melanie's in the chat. Good morning, Mels. Good to see you. Remy has been singing that lately. Oh, Remy's sweet. Matt Logan said, I thought he said, give me a cow dung. I thought you said, give me cow dung. But it was cow, and it's a great choice. Now, JP says Vlad the Destroyer. Yeah. I went Vlad yesterday. He didn't hit one, but I'll go back to it. I'll go back to it. Give me Vlad. Give me Vlad the Impaler. What a way to set the tone for your country or whatever. Okay. My brain is going way applesauce brain here. All right. I'm going Vlad Guerrero, 335. Yeah. It's going to have to get something going. But Cal Raleigh is one hell of a choice. God, we've got two great series. And then the winner of these two series go and play in the World Series. So it's going to be great. Okay. All right. You're going Cal Raleigh, 280. I'll go Vlad, 335. Melanie said, holiday, however, they are working certain employees' packages only. I am not one of them. Michael said, applesauce brain. Still cracks me up. I swear, bro. It's good to see you, man. Hope you're having a good Monday. All right, so those are the five, man. All right, so you're going Cal. I'm going Vlad. Now, we don't have any weather to break down. We're playing under roofs, right? So this is what we said. Blue Jays and the Mariners got game 2. And then the Brewers and the Dodgers, game 1. And the Brewers are at home. So, like I said, we've got day baseball today. 5:03 p.m. Eastern, 4:03 p.m. Central. John said, love that jingle, AB. Yes. Juan Paco Pedro de la Mar. All right. Mariners, Blue Jays over 7.5. Blue Jays favored, -130 in the money line. Mariners plus 105. So, again, look, man, the Mariners accomplished, Brad, the largest thing you could do to give yourself advantage in tournament baseball. And that's winning game 1 on the road, Haas. Not easy to do. But that puts you in such a good position. I'm not saying that the Mariners come in today playing nothing to lose, right? Because it's the ALCS, right? Like everyone knows what time it is. That being said, though, you do get the Mariners a little more relaxed at the plate. And that's dangerous because a relaxed team at the plate that kind of doesn't have anything to fear, i.e. yesterday, yeah. And like Hawk said, winning with their fifth starter. Mariners, buddy, you want to help yourself out in sports. Mariners did that. All right, so the Blue Jays, again, they're at home. They're favored on the money line, -130, over under 7.5. Now, we take a look here. All right. We got nothing on Trey Savage against the Mariners. Not a single at bat. Nothing. So, flying blind, baby. All right, now, the Blue Jays against Logan Gilbert. Ernie Clement, he is 1 for 5. Jimenez, he is 3 for 9. Vladimir Guerrero hitting 400 off of Logan Gilbert. He's got 2 home runs. IKF hitting 333. Alejandro Kirk hitting 333. Santander hitting 333. George Springer hitting 267 with a home run. Yeah, man. You've got some dudes for the Blue Jays that have hit off Logan Gilbert, right? Well, you Savage, ECU legend. Yes, sir. East Carolina, baby. Melanie said, I'm slightly hungover. I didn't need that jingle stuck in the background of my head right now. Yeah, my bad. Oh, my bad. All right, so that's what we have in game 1. Now, game 2, Dodgers and the Brewers. So this is game 1 of the National League Championship Series. Winner of this series goes to the World Series. All right, Dodgers on the road in Milwaukee. No weather. Under the roof downtown. Oh, sorry. I don't know where that came from. Over under 7.5 as well. Dodgers favored On the road, minus 157. Blake Snell on the mound. Who's on the mound for the Brewers? Undecided. So again, we don't know. But what we do know, the Brewers' career statistics versus Blake Snell. Jackson Churio, 0 for 2. William Contreras, 1 for 3. Sal Frelick, 0 for 2. Blake Perkins, 1 for 3. Bryce Terang, 0 for 1. Andrew Vaughn, 0 for 2. Christian Yelich, 2 for 6. No home runs. Now, you might look at that and say, uh-oh, no home runs? That's trouble. Well, not for the Brewers. Because, quite frankly, they just don't have to hit a lot of home runs. They just hit. So, yeah. That's what we got, Brad. We've got 2 baseball games, and we only have hitting historicals on one side in each game. I don't know how big of a deal that's going to be, but facing a pitcher for the first time can go one of 2 ways. If that pitcher comes out and he's throwing absolute gas with movement, that could be trouble. But if he's not, all right, and they start, because here's the other thing too. When you haven't faced a pitcher before, yeah, you don't have any historicals, but you could come out and light his ass up. And they'll go to the bullpen very quickly. So that's what you want to pay attention to, are starters in odd matchups, right? Because if you get to them early, man, they'll yank them. And then we go back and think about how we were betting college baseball on the weekends, right? You'll go back to that mode of watching bullpens, because they're going to matter, especially 7-game series. Hawk, what do we think about the Brewers going 6-0 versus the Dodgers this year? It's a great question, because, the Dodgers in the postseason aren't afraid of anything. I mean, they're not afraid of anything in the regular season either, but oh my goodness. Scott, got to run. Just got to call my mom's in the hospital. My goodness, man. Keep us updated, buddy. For real. Seriously. Hope everything's okay, man. Yeah. So that's what we've got. Baseball is going to be a little tough today. All right. So let's get the picks back up here, and then we're going to talk some soccer, and we're going to talk some NFL as well. So, Brad, Turkey, yay. Start us off.
Yes, sir. Tomorrow afternoon in the UEFA World Cup qualifying, that's the European World Cup qualifying match between Turkey taking on Georgia. We're looking for the bet split, both teams to score, and the over 2.5. This is a possibility. It could sit on 1-1. It could blast 3-4-0. So we like to have both options within our one bet, split it 2 ways, minus 135 on either end.
Nice. All right, so they've rebranded. Turkey is now Turkey A. All right, Randall is now Randall EA. That was a terrible joke, and Randall's going to kick me for that. All right, Mariners and the Blue Jays over 7.5, as well as the Dodgers Brewers over 7.5. I want it. I want all the smoke tonight. All right, I know it's game 1, Dodgers and Brewers. I'm fine with that, but it's game 2, the Mariners and the Blue Jays. We got to know each other. All right. Yeah, it's like your in-laws staying with you for the first time. All right. Yeah. You get up early. We know. Are you sleeping? We know. You ever stayed the night like at your in-laws' place for the first time, and like you just wake up normal time, and then you look around and you're like, oh, all of these people wake up early, and they're like, hey, sleepyhead, we let you sleep in. You're like, it's 7 a.m. Time do you get up around here? All right, anyways. Bills money line and the Commanders money line plus 105. Let's go with Michael Penix Jr. 1+ pick minus 120. Yeah, Scott, man. 100% we're with you, buddy. Keep us updated for sure. Okay. Bradley, is that German Bundesliga?
Yes, it's the women's German Bundesliga this
Oh,
time. Yeah, Das Bundesliga for the females, the ladies, the women are back today. Well, they've kind of been playing throughout this break, but what you need to know, there is one match. Unfortunately, I don't have it on my book, so I can't even comment or look at it. But if you do, you might have an angle. The women's Bundesliga in Germany is a goal scoring league. 2 out of every 3 matches are going to hit that over 2.5 goals. And a lot of times you have it top heavy. You can see that both teams will score coming in under 60%, where you have that 2 out of every 3 hitting the over 2.5. And when over 2.5 comes in, just over 60% of the time, you're going to get that 3.5 goals. A lot of times you'll get it from one side. So you look more for the over. And this has been a theme, a big theme in women's soccer. You look way more for that over 2.5 than you will for that both teams to score.
beautiful work, my friend. Beautiful, beautiful work. Okay. Now, we got 2 NFL games tonight. So we've talked about Major League Baseball. We got 2 of them. Let's talk about it. So first up, Bills and the Falcons. 7:15 p.m. Eastern, 6:15 p.m. Central. All right. Bills 4.5-point favorite on the road. Total of 49.5. Falcons plus 180 on the money line. Martez says here just in time. Big Martez, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. All right, Brad. So we got an interesting game here. Bills and the Falcons, AFC versus NFC. All right. Bills coming off a loss. Falcons, they're all over the board. Got good players, young, good players, but Falcons are kind of all over the board. Zach says Bills and Commanders moneyline parlay seems too easy. Which one loses? Great question. I think it's a great question. So, okay, Bills and the Falcons. Look, if the Bills come in and play their game, Falcons going to have a hard time keeping up on both sides, right? But with Josh Allen, Joshy Poo, with little Joshy, all right, my boy. Josh, look, Josh is innocent, all right? He's a good dude. But Josh gets a little curious at times. He likes to investigate the whole field, likes to throw it around, right? And sometimes that can get him into trouble. But if he doesn't do that tonight and the Bills run the football, the Falcons are going to be in serious-ish. So if I'm looking at this from a betting perspective, James Cook, like Josh Allen himself, I would heavily be looking to rushing props.
I'd even look at the backup running back.
Go ahead, say it again.
I'd even look at the backup running back.
Literally, I swear, 100% agreed. Like, there's a chance that Buffalo's going to come in literally like a bull in a china shop. Also, shout out, look. All right, Mercedes-Benz, all right, the Dome that they play in Atlanta, right? Chick-fil-A's open tonight. Not often that they get to eat Chick-fil-A in their own stadium because they play on Sundays. That was a tough call. But they get Chick-fil-A. It's open tonight. The people who work at the very specific Chick-fil-A inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium, all right, the 6 employees that work at that specific Chick-fil-A, they got to work tonight. Usually they got a pretty cushy job. Yeah, I would expect the Bills to come in and run the football. Yeah. I mean, Josh is going to throw, but again, remember, this Bills offense is a 5 yards and in offense. It is not the same. And if it's in a game where the Bills could potentially get up early, got the Falcons bricked up, boy. It's going to be tough. So I would be looking at running the football. For sure. Now, the other side, Bears and Commanders. Commanders a 5.5-point favorite. Again, a total of 49.5. The Bears plus 205 on the money line. Zach, over under on how many times they'll say, my pleasure tonight. Dude, every time. Can I have 6 Hawaiian Polynesian sauces? My pleasure. I don't really do that, but the Halloween, Halloween, Hawaiian Polynesian is delicious. Yeah. So you're gonna get a hell of a football game here. NFC matchup. Got the Bears finally not playing a game in the NFC North. Thank God they could just get a little breathing room here. And then the Commanders. Both teams playing good football. Bears coming along there. Brand new head coach on Ben Johnson. Getting it together. It's a work in progress, but they're moving forward. Commanders, they're the real deal. Absolute real deal. Jaden Daniels, passing props are very much, and we're going to break this game down in full tonight, so don't worry. Now, we won't be able to do it for the Bills and the Falcons. We'll be able to throw a couple picks out there, like the first – when we start tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have about a 15-minute window. So we'll have some more picks for that game, but you'll have to be here like right at 7 p.m. Eastern, you know what I mean? And the fight with StreamYard to go live before every show, I'll make sure to hustle that one up. So anyways, we'll talk more about that tonight. We'll break the game down in full. Player props, parlays, etc., you name it. But yeah, we've got 2 there. Big Jeff says, good morning, AB, Brad, and crew. Good morning, buddy. It's good to see you, man. How we doing? Matty boy, the team that picked the right guy versus the team that picked the wrong guy. There you go. Whale said, mix that with their buffalo sauce and thank me later. Nice. Okay. I've never tried that before. I'll have to do that for sure. Okay. All right, Brad, let's hit the picks one more time, and then we'll bounce out of here, man. That's all I've got. All right. Turkey A. Let it rip.
Yes, sir. Tomorrow afternoon, Turkey A is taking on Georgia. We're looking for goals, specifically the bet split. Both teams to score on the over 2.5 goals. I got both of those at minus 135. And again, that's at 1:45 Central Time tomorrow on Tuesday. Turkey A is taking on Georgia.
Nice work, man. Nice work. Big Marshall said Leafs Bruins money line. There we go. Double Down said Aaron Glenn had applesauce brain yesterday for the Jets. Oh, my goodness. What a mess that is, man.
And AB, do you got your first touchdown score for the first game on your head right now?
Ooh.
I just got mine.
Who you got?
I'm taking Brentwood's finest, Dawson Knox. Tight end from Brentwood Academy. First touchdown. He's Josh Allen, play action in the corner. Dawson.
Yeah, I like that. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's pull that up. 1 second. All right, so Mariners, Blue Jays over 7.5. Dodgers, Brewers over 7.5. Bills money line. Commanders money line plus 105. Michael Penix Jr. 1+ interception at minus 120. So those are the plays that we have today. All right, I love that you just brought that up. Great call. All right, give me 1 second here.
Can you believe Josh Allen is plus 650 for the first touchdown score? That's just wild.
It is wild. Let's see.
If you have picks in the chat, go ahead and drop them in.
Yeah, absolutely do that. Let's see if this works. There we go. All right. So plus 1,000 or more. Addison. Yeah, go ahead and let it rip. You know what? Hey, I'll say this. This is what you get for being live. Absolutely. Yeah. You can pick both games. Yeah. That's what you get for being live. Yeah. Drop them in. Now it's got to be plus 1,000 or more. And we'll do Bears and Commanders tonight. So don't worry. You don't have to get that one in now. But good call by Brad. And you could put him in tonight, too, in the first, 15 minutes. You got to be fast, though. So, Matty Boy said, second game going Luke McCaffrey, plus 2,000. Okay. All right. So, Tyler Algier, plus 1,100. Kyle Pitts, plus 1,300. Dalton Kincaid, plus 1,300. Keon Coleman, plus 1,400. Khalil Shakir, plus 1,400. You took Dawson Knox. I forgot he is from Brentwood. Yeah, Brentwood, just down the street from us here. Yeah. Brentwood Academy. Lane Kiffin was there the other day recruiting, and Brentwood Academy. Yeah, I mean, it's awesome that Brentwood and Brentwood Academy are both on the same street. Brentwood, Tennessee is a great spot. Yeah, it's a dope spot. Yeah, drop those in. All right, so you're taking Dawson Knox. All right. I'm going to take
Keon Coleman might be a good pick, too.
Yeah. Crystal said, good morning, AB, my man, and crew. Good morning, Crystal. How we doing? Good to see you. Keon Coleman is a good play. You know what? Give me Khalil Shakir. Plus 1,400. I'm going Khalil Shakir. And for my boy Japan. Japan's repping our guy, Khalil Shakir. Yep. Japan. Shakir grew up a huge Falcons fan. Watch him shine tonight. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. That's the angle right there. Soldier, second string Bills defensive tackle eligible. All right. John said Jaden over rush attempts. Logan, my neighbor is Shakir's cousin. Small world. That is a small world. JP, if you think there's going to be an INT today, Bills defense, special teams for touchdown. Not a bad look. Aubie, what are the Vegas odds of Aaron Glenn getting fired? Dude is complete trash. He is certainly doing it his own way, isn't he? Curtis found Knox plus 2,200. Kincaid might miss 2, which would drop the odds. Good call. Addison this week. There's NFL, NHL, and Formula 1. God bless. Yes, God bless indeed. Zach, Bills money line and Bijan 100 plus rushing and receiving yards plus 165. That's a solid look right there. I like that. All right, yeah. All right, so drop those in. You've got time as well, so drop them in here or in the Discord. Yeah, I'm gonna go Khalil Shakir. Plus, that name's fun to say too. All right, it's Aubie, best month of professional sports, hand down. Agreed. Okay, so let's remove that from the stage. Let's bring this in. All right, Brad. I tell you what, for folks like Crystal right here that may have came in a bit late, let's go over the picks one more time. Bradley, start us off. Turkey A. What do you got?
Tomorrow afternoon, 1:45 p.m. Central Time in the World Cup qualifying UEFA. That's the European World Cup qualifying on your book. Matchup between Turkey A taking on Georgia. We like the bet split. Got both teams to score and the over 2.5 goals at minus 135.
Beautiful work, my friend. All right, I'm going to go over 7.5, both baseball games. Mariners, Blue Jays, over 7.5. Dodgers, Brewers, over 7.5. I'm also going to take the Bills money line and the Commanders money line. Put those two together, plus 105. Also going to take Michael Penix Jr. 1+ interception at minus 120. Curtis says, 21 days until college basketball. Can't wait. Yes.
Day sweats. Yeah, up there. Quinnipiac. Oh, love it.
Quinnipiac.
That's what I always know. They're always playing at like noon. It's just on the book.
Yeah, in like some tournament in Perth, Australia.
Just somewhere.
I know. They really are. Look at Matty boy. Fear the turtle, baby. Dude, a terrapin is a great mascot. Great mascot.
Yeah. We got too
There's
many
a lot.
tigers, not enough terrapins.
We need more. We need more. Okay. All right, we'll get out of here. Brad, any final thoughts?
Tomorrow's slate's looking a lot better. You got the Women's Champions League, which we've talked about in their hit rate on that over 2.5 goals. You've also got World Cup qualifying Africa, which we've talked about. The both teams just score no hit rate going on right now and up here at 11. Other than that, European qualifying is ending, and we will be back into the world in the weekend. And last final thought, if you're looking at France today, you probably want to say, where is Kylian Mbappe on the list? Why can't I play him to score? He went home back to Real Madrid with a little bit of an ankle injury. So if there's any teams who don't need the result, there's a really good opportunity. You're going to see a lot of names missing from that starting 11.
I thought you were going to say he went back home, back to real life.
Yeah.
He was just good. Like he was just on vacation. He had to go back home. Family started yelling. They needed him back home. Now, what also the family's yelling about, and I know that this is something that everyone has to deal with when you get home from work and your kids are screaming, Daddy or Mom, who won the Howie Schwab Crew Play of the Day? That's what every family's yelling. Here are your options. Mariners money line, Blue Jays money line, Dodgers money line, Brewers money line. And you have voted. The American public, or actually global public. Dodgers money line, 33%. So there you go. Now, Mariners 28%, Blue Jays 15%, Brewers 24%. So Mariners getting a lot of love here. Mariners dangerous, boy. Oh, but it is only game one. We have seen crazier things in baseball. All right, we'll be live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern for NFL primetime, breaking down the Bears and the Commanders. We'll start with a little bit on the Bills and the Falcons. We'll get our picks in there for sure, but make sure to drop in all of your plays. Martez said, Bijan, is he scoring? Yeah, I would say so. Brad?
Get him the ball. It's probably going to end up being 250 yards from Tyler Algier.
They got two backs now.
And they never use them this like a normal team will use them. It's one or the other. I have no idea why.
Bro, I'm telling you, the Atlanta Falcons are in an existential crisis.
Yeah, free Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts needs to free himself. This man has been collecting checks. Yeah, but yeah, as for Bijan, though, I'm in. I don't know if the Bills are going to be able to stop him. They might have a little problem with that. He can run the ball, man. All right. Let's jump out of here. Double down say, great show as always. Man, thank you. And thank all of you. Joe said Kyle Pitts has never been good. Oh, Pitsy, man. If there ever a time to go for redemption, tonight's a good start. Curtis said, Bill's missing Matt Milano tonight. Tough up front. Yeah, that is tough. That dude's a missile. Absolute missile. Just I love it. I love defense, dude. I love it. Really love you, Savage, over 5.5 strikeouts.
Is that a
name?
You
said no, Brad. You're not with it?
Is that a name? That's a pitcher?
Yeah. That's who we got tonight.
These names. Like you put up that name, the fifth guy on the home run list. That was the first time I ever heard his name.
Bryce Terang? Yeah.
Terang? That's not a name.
Yeah. You're going to get a lot of two-seam, a lot of four-seam fastballs, and just pumping 94.
Is he an American guy? Savage?
Pitched at East Carolina.
Interesting.
Yep.
I like that name, though.
Oh, it's money. Yep. It's definitely money. Okay. All right, that's it. All right, we'll get out of here. Everyone, have a wonderful Monday. We'll be live, like I said, 7 p.m. Eastern tonight. But we have day freaking baseball, so prepare thyself for that. Yeah, young pitcher, he's good. Liddy, AB, can you hit Noxie? So he's talking about Knox Mims. Let me tell you, it's this 9-year-old throwing smoke. I don't know if I could hit Lil Knox. Now, I'll tell you this, Lil Knox could hit me. This dude is raking everything. Oh man, Lil Noxie smash me, man. We're gonna be breaking Noxie down on this show one day. One day. Mim's gonna be MLB Father of the Year. Hawk said go M's. Yeah, dude, Knox would smash me, man. He'd be hitting bombs left and right. Melody, AB about to get his bat up. There we go. Obby said, psych. You still here? Splitters and fastballs from him, AB. Beautiful. Splitter's nice pitch. Splitter, dude. It's like gravity just sucks it, takes it. You got to go down deep in the water to go get that. Splitter's tough pitch. Zach, Knox going to have bats made in-house with the finest lumber. Absolutely. So he's got the cutest thing. Like they've got, he uses the pencil bat. Have you ever seen this, Brad? So Bryce Harper, like kids love Bryce Harper, right? And Bryce Harper in the home run derby had a special bat made that kids would like. And it's a pencil. The whole bat is a real like pencil with the silver thing by the eraser. Like it looks like a pencil. It's hilarious. He hits one of those. It's the coolest thing. Dude, I'm a big fan. And now they make crayons. Like Crayola. Go ahead.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it looks just like a crayon. They're hilarious. So, yeah. And it looks like, when he's out there like at bat, like the kids are all real small, and the pencil's like, it's like 3 times the size of the kids, it just looks like a big emoji pencil out there. It's hilarious. Big Christian, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man. All right. Yeah, we'll really get out of here. Okay, everybody, we'll be live tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. Until then, best of luck. Let's cash these tickets. And we'll see you tonight. Thanks. Who's got it better than us? Nobody.